Peace. How y'all doing out there? Hey, yo, first off, man, thank y'all so much for coming through, man. Klyph Notes Live. Excited to be back here at the show bar. So we got to do a real proper, like, a couple shout outs, man. Can y'all make some noise for the show bar right quick? We're so grateful for show bar opening and allowing us to create this platform. I go by the name of DJ Klyph, man, representing DJ Klyph Productions. Welcome to the neighborhood, the Rhythm, Mic Check PDX, Acapella Apparel, the whole nine. Can I also ask y'all to make some noise for DJ OG1 right quick, please?
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
The official DJ of the Portland Trailblazers, my brother from another. Appreciate you, Doc, for real. So Klyph Notes Live, man, it's cool to be able to do this. The Klyph Notes podcast has been around for a minute, and to be able to connect with artists and support artists who are doing great things and people doing great things in their community is really what this is about. I mentioned a couple names, but I got to run it down again. People who have supported this thing to make it happen: XRAY FM, the Numberz FM. And of course, Acapella Apparel, man. I'm rocking the Acapella gear. My guy DJ Renz is in the building from Acapella Apparel. They have supported Klyph Notes for a minute, and I'm just very appreciative of their support. Another announcement I just gotta let y'all know about. I should ask: is anybody traveling for the 4th of July? Y'all traveling? Are y'all gonna be in town? Y'all gonna be in town? Okay. So July 3rd, you should be at the White Eagle, because on July 3rd, we're doing a special Sunday mic check. It's going to be ridiculous, man. We got Portland MC Versatile, who's on the bill. We got Pricey on the bill, just released a new project, a veteran Portland MC. Excited to have him. We got M. Slago, producer from Dallas, who's coming up to rock. We got, who else we got? A new cat, man, who I'm just connected with. Shout out to Verse, who connected me with him. Dope Leon, I believe is how he pronounces his name. Dope MC, boom bap style. And then we got Dope Man Day coming up from Atlanta. So we're gonna have a Northwest South connect on this one. So that's going down July the 3rd, White Eagle Saloon. You should pull up 8 p.m. It's gonna be a great night. DJ OG1 is gonna be in the building. I'll be there, just sort of, guiding people, curating on stage. Yeah, I think that's all the announcements, man. Follow DJ Klyph at DJ Klyph on everything, so you can stay up on everything that's happening. So Klyph Notes podcast came out of Welcome to the Neighborhood radio show, and through doing the radio show, I had an opportunity to build and meet artists and people in the city who were making great music. And my guest tonight is one of those people who I've been building with over the years, and watched him grow, getting to know his brand and seeing where he's at, and we did a really dope interview. And when I have an opportunity to interview people again, I purposefully don't go back. So, every interview is real fresh. And I say interview, it's just a conversation with microphones. But this cat is somebody who I'm really grateful to be in his circle. Whenever I think of him, the first thing that always comes to mind is confidence. This is a confident cat, man.
Okay, come on. Okay.
Yo, help me welcome Mighty.
Okay, hey, right on. Appreciate it.
What's good with you, bruh?
Man, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
I love that.
Man, I'm spending more time with my family.
Word.
Spending more time with my mother. Spending more time doing the things that I love.
Yeah.
So no complaints.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
It's funny that I was saying to you when we were talking earlier, man, it's been interesting to me to watch the last couple years. Really it feels like the last year. Like your career is moving, brother.
Oh, right on.
In a really, really dope way.
Thank you.
And as I was thinking about, what to chop it up about, I was like, there's so many things that you're doing, like even where to begin. You mean?
Okay.
So let's do this.
Okay.
I guess if there's going to be anything I remember from our last conversation, we talked a lot about Laced Up.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So I don't remember, you'll be able to tell everybody, but not too long ago, you made an announcement about Laced Up.
Oh, yeah.
Which is crazy, though.
Yeah.
So for people here who don't know, let them know what Laced Up is.
Laced Up PDX is a back-to-school event. Well, it started as a back-to-school event where we give brand new sneakers to kids for their first day of school. Being from... a tumultuous background, sleeping in the back of the '89 Buick with my mother, a lot of the people that spent time with me didn't really know I was homeless. Yeah. So I held it, I hid it from people, you know, and so it was always a passion of mine to be able to give back. And so it started with an event, but now it's we like to call it a back to school experience, because we provide brand new shoes, we provide backpacks, school supplies, haircuts, you know, and we've had sponsors from Microsoft to Jordan Brand to Timberlands. I mean, you name it, they were probably a part of Laced Up PDX at some point. So yeah, it's an incredible event that happens usually every year before going back to school. But now we've branched out to even being just a part of the community as a whole, and announcing that we are a 501c3 ourselves.
Come on,
not,
bro.
You know what I mean?
Come on, bro.
We're self-sustainable is a huge feat for us, given some of the contractual things we've been through, you know, and we just, you know, with the guidance of my man OG, my Unc OG, and just really surrounding myself with solid folks, I'm just blessed to say that, you know, the future is looking up. Yes. And I didn't know, after locking in Jordan Brand, I didn't think it could go up. Like, you know what I mean? The jump, man, nothing jumps over the jump,
Come
man.
on,
You
bro.
feel me?
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know. I'm excited to see how we can impact, you know, kids' lives in multiple ways. You know, now we're an umbrella, and we get to affect people in a different way. So
that's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I don't think you can. Well, I know just in my journey in life, I don't know that I realize the impact that helping others has on me.
Facts.
Like when you reach out and you provide opportunities, or when you just provide areas of need, or just touch other people's lives, the impact that it has on you, on me, that has made me want to find and seek other ways to help people. Does that resonate with you at all?
Yeah, I worked in the community for a decade plus, so it's not like I was helping the community that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't just pull up in a Charger like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, you know, I want to help you. No, I was going to the community. You know, good friend of mine in the crowd right now, you know, George knows we was riding our bikes in that community. You feel me? We was after school probably doing something we ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? And it's like, we were in that same community, so it's actually more important that we understand that effect, because we don't. I think sometimes we don't realize the power that we have, and I had to learn to be transparent about my past in telling that story. I think it came through my music, but not like it did with Laced Up PDX. I'm doing news interviews. I'm on, you know, Fox 12 KTU, and I'm like airing out my dirty laundry. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm putting myself, you know, I don't know, just put myself out there to help people understand why it's so important. You know, and then being the helm of those events, just growing every year, was something crazy. I could have never imagined it would be that large, that fast. Yeah. So the effect, I think, is much larger than I'll ever know, and I think it's just gonna keep growing, because it's real, it's honest, it's true to the to what those kids need. You know, they're our future, and they should feel special. The unique thing about Laced Up PDX is that it's not a first come, first serve. So I don't know how many of y'all out there had a holiday box and had to line up for that bad boy, and got to the front of the line, and they was out of hams, and you started boxing the dude in front of you for the next turkey. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So that's not how you give to people. That's a huge part of what Laced Up PDX has never been about. We are not a first come, first serve nonprofit. Yeah. We go and purchase shoes for children that are on a sneaker list, that provide us with information. I tap in with key elements and key people in our community to find those kids in the back of the class that maybe won't admit that they need some, you know? And so we get them on the sneaker list, and they have their name on what they're receiving before the event is just to celebrate it. Right. But this is this is totally against the grain. People do not do that. Right. And so it's not like, oh, sorry, we don't have your size. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. You know how embarrassing that is? You know how you get up there, you've already put your pride aside to wait in that dang line, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I've been there. So I think that's why it kind of, I don't know, the impact is big, I guess, to answer the question.
And that's the crazy thing is the what's the word? you said transparency, but just to a certain degree to humble yourself and say, I'm okay with letting people know I understand what you're feeling or where your hesitancy might be coming from because I was there.
Right.
And I think that probably does hit different with a lot of people. So we're recording this in June of 2022. We went through some craziness with the pandemic. We were all impacted by it. So many events were impacted by it. The things that we tried to do, that we wanted to do, that we couldn't do, even things where we were working on helping other people we couldn't do. But things are opened up now. I mean, we're live here at the Show Bar doing a live event.
Right.
Are there things that you can speak on in terms of Laced Up PDX for 2022?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is, we actually just did our first event back. We want to start small. Mm-hmm. We don't want to go massive event. So 2023 will be the official return of Laced Up PDX. Okay. So if you're listening to this right now, you have something to look forward to. Yeah. LacedUpPDX.com is where you can sign your child up for that sneaker list. Or if you know a family, we really like to help the single parent family. That was what I was in, 3 kids, 1 mom, 3 jobs. She was, so we specifically want to help key people, but we don't discriminate. Right. I mean, we want to get as many shoes as we can for 2023. So right now we're doing more concentrated value gives is what I'm calling them. So we outfitted a whole foster program last month, and in hopes of having those 18 to 21-year-old kids come and volunteer at Laced Up in 2023.
There you go.
So we're hitting the streets, we're hitting the ground, and we're making sure that we're putting in that good word with people that really need it, and also letting them know that we're genuine. We're here for a real reason, and it's not always about how many people you can affect. It's about the impact that you can have. So I'm much more geared towards that right now. We have 3 different types of events. One called the Pull Up. Laced Up presents the Pull Up. So pull up to a apartment building and outfit the entire apartment building.
Crazy.
You feel me?
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Yeah.
So these ideas are able to come to fruition now because we are our own umbrella. So just be looking forward to that in the latter part of 2022 and then going into 2023. And then obviously our massive event in August, usually upwards of 1,500 people, and just something crazy. OG1 will probably be in the mix. Most likely. Probably. He said probably. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Bro. That's so dope, man. So it's, we start with that, but as I mentioned, for me, getting to know artists and working to build relationships with people, there was a couple things. One of the things that's been consistent with me watching how you move is the level at which you do what you do, the detail at which you do what you do, right? Okay. So when I think about when I first recognized who you were or what you were doing, you'd been doing stuff for a minute, but I would see around the city the Mighty Nation logo on T-shirts, on stickers or whatever, and the impact that has that made you go, yo, how can I be down with the nation?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Who is this and what is it?
Right. So we talk about the humanitarian type stuff that you do, but bro, you kind of a nice MC too, B.
A little bit. I've been rapping for too goddamn long. When somebody say how long you been rapping, I just answer too long.
Right.
It's too long.
Yeah.
Putting words together for too long.
And so when we look at your career and the things that you've had an opportunity to do in terms of projects, albums, I'm gonna ask you to name drop a little bit.
Okay, come on.
So you've done some connection, and we're gonna get a little bit more into the specifics of some of the more recent licensing things that you've done. Yeah. But some of the names of the companies and the organizations that you have connected with through your music. Yeah. Run down a couple names.
The Portland Trailblazers. Okay. The Seattle Mariners. Okay. We could say MTV, okay. NBA, NFL. Snapchat, GoPro, exclusive licensing with GoPro. Mm-hmm. I can't even remember all of them. HBO, 106 in Park. Shout out BET, 106 in Park. The list is really long, but to be honest, I could never even imagine that we'd be there. You know, you talk about confidence, but again, when I was homeless as a child, I still had confidence.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what it was.
Yeah.
I've always tried to hug that and say, this is what, you know what I mean, I'm going to use to put myself in position to be great. But I still look at some of those opportunities and I'm just baffled by how it even... I was telling myself I'm going to do a Seattle Mariners commercial 3 months before. My drummer's in the crowd. He can attest to that. And I was literally doing the commercial 3 months later. And we was pulling up to the game. You know, we in the hotel across the street.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm right there, first base line. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's just... That's the man upstairs working. Word. And also staying true to who you are, not changing, you know, who you are to be a part of things that may or may not be your calling. Yeah. You know, I think I stayed true to what I was trying to do. Yeah. And never sold my soul, man. Had plenty of opportunities to do so, and I own every ounce of my masters, man, amidst all this. So it's a very rare situation.
What's up, bro? That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
So many lessons in that. So many lessons in that, and I do want to come back. I want to come back to that. But since you mentioned the Seattle Mariners situation, let's talk about that. So what is the situation that you had an opportunity to do with the Mariners?
So they did a string of. So shout out to Heart and Hustle Productions. You know, eBeth and a lot of people that have been in our community for a really long time. They reached out to me to the company that I actually work for, Complete Tracks, and they were saying that the Mariners wanted to do a full-blown rebrand because they had a new kid on the roster that's just a beast, right? Yeah. And so they're like, yo, these kids are young, they're swaggy, and we need something to just we need some sauce. Yeah. And so I get a call. They're like, hey, I need you there tonight, 7 p.m. I'm like, well, I'm there. Yeah. Pull up. I pinned a song in 30 minutes. And it was a 30-second spot. Yeah. They wanted very specific lines done, and custom work is real unique. So I'm pinning it, I'm doing my thing. We send it to them. They're like, I don't really like it. Yeah. And you got to be able to be selfless in this in this game and really understand that that's not personal, that's business. Right, right. And so all right, I'm back the next night. And I'm in traffic. Y'all know I'm in Vancouver. Well, I live in Portland, but I'm traveling to Vancouver to record. Yeah. And Lord, I'm pinning it in traffic. Y'all know what traffic I'm talking about. I'm pinning the stuff in traffic. And I get there, drop the second version. We send it that night, mix and master, perfect, right on time. Next day, they hit us back. They say they absolutely love it. There's 5 commercials they were looking to do. 2 of those commercials are the only ones that have been in rotation. And mine is the #1 commercial out of those 5. I was sitting eating dinner 2 nights after it landed, and I'm like, oh, the game is on, this lit. Mm-hmm. And then I just look up, and it's my voice playing. I'm like, there's no way I'm eating dinner right now. Right. And my commercial playing. And what's dope is it's like I can't, there's no real words for that. It's one of those things where you got to take the moment and just soak it in. Mm-hmm. Just trust yourself. Yeah. What's funny about the whole situation, they ended up not even using the second one that I did. They used all of the first one, the original one. The one I told them was lit. Crazy. The one I told them was perfect. Yeah. But, that's how it goes.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
So you're in this place now where you are working, like you're saying, you're doing custom work. How do you transition from, because you rap. You rap. You mean? So how do you transition from I'm making music to be true to the culture to I want to do this as a career. I want to be able to have my creations of art be sustainable.
That's a deep question.
This is Klyph Notes. That's what we do.
Okay, come on, Klyph. Come on. I think if you're gonna rap, you have to understand that not everybody enjoys the wordplay of the core that hip hop created. Not everybody enjoys that in this new world. Mm-hmm. So I think when you look at creating a sync licensing opportunity for yourself and a way to fund, a way to literally make more money in music career than you ever have, right, you have to realize how to dial it back, but still stay true to who you are in the lyrics. Mm-hmm. I'm still telling my story in these songs, but it's not so literal that the general public can't attach themselves to it, if that makes sense. Okay. So I think that's such a deeper level of lyricism because you have to learn how to taper back. Everybody that knows me knows that's how I rap.
Right. Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
I'm trying to put every word, all the words, all the double entendres, triple entendres inside the entendre.
Yeah.
Who got an entendre? So I think there's a ton of ways to still be appealing. A good example is when there's emotions that people can attach to regardless.
Yeah.
So the production is important. I'm not going to sit here and discount it like, oh, I made this happen.
Yeah.
The production is huge.
Right.
But it's also about knowing what are we talking about. The reason why the Seattle Mariners used the first one is because I said, S on my chest, city on my shoulders. Sending signals from the dugout said they need a closer. You feel what I'm saying? These are things that are attaching themselves directly to the culture, but they don't realize that that's what they want. Yeah. They telling you that, but they don't know that's what they want till they cut it to something. You know what I mean? They cut it to the little digital they got, and they're like, oh, wow, I really like this, Bob. Bob, this is great, Bob. Who's this kid out of Portland, Bob? They love it. They freaking love it. And so it's like, it's funny because that's where the confidence has to come in.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, my mama said, you always be humble. My mama always, you be humble. But when I'm in that booth, when I'm in that space, oh, you're not touching me.
Right.
Oh, I can pen, anything.
Yeah.
And that is what you need to have. So you got to learn to taper. You have to learn to attach yourself to emotional intelligence in that, and then also know that you gotta have confidence in that moment. Right. Don't let people tell you what you need to be. Right. You just do what you know is right.
Right. And I think it's cool that you've been able to find the path to work to navigate that. Because man, like for real, when I think of you, when I see you, when you walk into a room with your head high. Like confident, you exude this confidence, but it doesn't come across as cocky at all. You know what I'm saying? Because you're confident, but you're approachable. As a matter of fact, you're confident and you approach. Like you're the first person to walk up to somebody and shake their hand. So to be able to balance that, and then to do that in this genre, which is even like another level.
Yeah, me and OG was just talking about that. Yes, that's very rare.
You know. Yes. So I think. I would imagine that you learning to navigate life that way is having or has had or may continue to have an impact on walking and working in these circles to do the things that you're doing now.
That's why I'm not afraid to give the sauce. People, there was a moment there, especially when I sat down with you. I think it was after I sat down with you.
Yeah.
You know how many people called me and was like, yo, let's do another interview. Hey, you got an interview? You got time for an interview? Because I was giving out gems. I was giving it out. I was telling people like, bro, just go do this. Yeah. You can do it. Yeah. And people was like, why are you? Even my drummer looked at me one day. He was like, man, I don't know, man. Sometimes I think you be telling them too much, bro. Look, you cool, but I don't know. You be telling them too much. Right. And I'm like, no, man, because you're not gonna do it like I do it, which is fine. Right. I'm okay with that. Go do it like you do it, and go be successful with it. Yeah. Why, bro? There's enough money out here for everybody. I'm not like, the difference is I showed up to a session with one person. Shout out to Easy McCoy. He looked out for me for a very long time. Yeah. Like I've known my man for a long time. It's not like it just happened in a couple days. I've known this man for a decade. And so he tells me pull up to a session. It's a think tank. They got tons of people in that room. And I pulled up early. First of all, hip hop.
Come on. Say that.
Pull up early. How about that?
Right.
Start with that one.
Right.
That's not me giving you no sauce.
That's just.
Is that me giving sauce? That's not sauce.
No.
That's not sauce. That's very light seasoning.
Yes.
That's basic seasoning.
Right.
That's seasoning salt.
Salt, pepper.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I don't know. And then when I showed up, man, I penned 6 songs in 2 hours. I was flying around. It's a huge studio. The studios, there's multiple rooms. There's, R&B artists. There's, there's tons of people, multiple producers. There's beats everywhere.
Right.
I'm just walking in the rooms like, what's up? Oh, y'all got a verse on this? Oh, I'm fit. Come on. And and at this time, this is when a lot of people don't know, I don't pen a lot of my stuff. I just, in my mind. Yeah. I know a lot of people like, oh, that's how Wayne and them do it. Nah, that's just kind of how it became natural for me.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was not worried so much about the words. I was more natural with the cadence.
Yeah.
So it just helped me sound more natural when I would rap. And so people were blown away in the sessions. They like, where is it at? Yeah. Where are the words? Because we need the words if we're going to submit it.
Right.
Like, they ain't no, I'll email them to you.
Right. I'll get it to you.
Yeah. Send me the track, then I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
So I said
like, that's and then I penned 6 songs. I wasn't afraid to get feedback to certain hooks, so I wrote some hooks in those songs. 2 of those songs that I created that night are 2 of my highest streaming records that I've ever released in my entire career. And 2 of them, and one of them ain't even a rap song. I'm rapping one verse on it. I wrote the hook and I wrote the bridge. And after that, both of the producers, they own their own companies, their own sync companies. Both of them called me 2 days later and asked me to pull up today. They personal studios to knock out other records. I pulled up. Now I'm signed to both companies.
Wow, dude.
In 2 years, we've done 100 syncs.
That's crazy. That's dope, though.
And it's a 3-year contract. Usually, you don't even finish 50 by the end of the contract.
Right.
And we already talking renegotiation. So
that's what's up, bro. So then
it's about working hard. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think it's also having the wherewithal as to what you like, really having the wherewithal to what you want to do, right? Because in everything that you discussed, you talked about work, you talked about creating art, you talked about being responsible. You mentioned money maybe once?
Right. Well, Moneyball. I think it's time to hit him with the money ball. You know that? I talk about money plenty. I enjoy money. We enjoy money.
Yeah.
The culture enjoys money. I'm holding a money ball, but didn't mention it.
So everybody who's just listening to this, he is literally holding a money ball right now. He ain't fronting for real.
No, I think.
But I'm saying, like, it's obviously a part of it. Yes, I want to get paid for my art. Yes, I want to, I have a desire to live a certain lifestyle. But you talked about the journey, bruh.
Right.
To get to the place where you could actually start saying, now I'm in a position that I can talk about renegotiating a contract.
Right.
If I go in saying, I can rap and I want to make $1 million, right?
Right.
There's a story. There's a.
OG just laughed in the background. He don't got a microphone, but y'all know that's an inside joke between these two.
There's a story that's told, man, of someone who was reached out to take part in the situation, and they said, yeah, I want to be involved, and this is what it's going to cost you to have me involved, and like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, what have you done, first of all?
Right.
Not in your own mind.
Right.
But in the big picture, what have you done?
In reality.
Right? And it's not that people aren't, I'm getting on a soapbox. It's not that people aren't, you shouldn't get your value. But you also have to look at the situation, right? And if you look at the situation and say, I'm playing the long game.
Yeah.
If I price myself out of this situation, I might be done.
Yeah.
Right? I'm playing I want to do this for a career.
Right.
Career over not just clout, right?
Right.
Anyway, okay, I'm stepping off my soapbox. Let's talk about Moneyball, bro. What's up with Moneyball?
Well, can I just I want to touch on what you just said real quick. Just real quick. Perfect example is I started the conversation off with the Portland Trail Blazers, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people, when they see that the Blazers is coming out to turn the lights on by me, I'm at the game, I'm posting up like, oh man, I can't believe it. I was a water boy for the Blazers as a kid. It's crazy, full circle. They see that, they automatically think, now, no shade to my father, but he wasn't in my life like that. Yeah. That man called me and told me about his car problems the day I got home from posting that video. He was like, yo, my car it's acting up. He like, that looked like a good deal.
Right.
My dad was like, oh, that was a great deal.
Yeah.
It was not that big of a deal. And you would think when you look at certain things, you wouldn't realize that a song, the song that made me the most money. Okay, we're gonna talk about money now. Look, and then we get into money.
Right.
Do you guys know what Monster High Barbie dolls are? Monster High. I don't know if you have ever heard of that. No, so it's a modern day Barbie doll, but
Okay.
they're like vampires. They're like it's like Monster High, right?
Okay.
So it's like their commercial, it has like 90 million views. That entire song it's sang by a Disney character or something. I don't know. I wrote that entire song. Okay, and I made a good, like a significant amount of money off that song. And I'm just in the credits somewhere. The kill feed.
Right.
Hey, give him the money, get him the hell out of here.
Right.
That's it. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not just like on Facebook, like, yo, check out that Mermaid High School joint I did. Yo, it's popping. I'm not doing that because it's not. It's not about the money. And so I think that's very important. Perspective is key, especially in a world full of social media highlights. I think that's very important. I was actually just talking to my man George about starting, the documentation of some of these opportunities, because I don't want people to think that it's all just glitz and glamour, or it's all this or all that. I really want them to see the process. So thank you for letting me talk about it a little bit.
No, absolutely, bro. I mean, and that's the thing is that's where this all started, bro. It's the story behind the music.
Yeah.
It's gaining an understanding that it's bigger than what you see in this moment. It's always bigger than what you see in this moment. What happens in this moment is hugely important, and the creation of art comes from something that oftentimes was significant in that moment. Right. And I think that sometimes we forget that. I was talking to about this. Not even related to art, just related to life.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to enjoy the moment, be in the moment, but don't get stuck in the moment. Don't get caught in the moment. Don't get trapped by the moment. And understand that life is so much bigger. And I'm guilty of it. You mean? I'm guilty of it as well.
Yeah,
but
we all are. No. That's deep, man. Can you just need blips. Just like, you're just going to do a whole episode of just Klyph blips.
Klyph Notes, B. Come on.
But Moneyball. Moneyball.
Yes. So
this is actually a gift to you.
What?
By the way.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay,
so-
that deserves a hand clap,
Okay,
yo.
come on,
you know what I mean?
I come bearing gifts, man.
Okay,
I'm nice.
I did not
Nice
expect
guy,
that.
Klyph.
I did not.
He was so surprised. It's like, what? He brought me something. I'm nice, Klyph.
Oh, I thought this was just a prop. Yeah, man. No, that's what's
Okay,
up.
come on.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's got air in it. I didn't do
Word up. This is dope.
flat.
B.
Like, nah.
You gotta tag it for me now.
Okay,
You gotta tag
I
it
got
for
you.
me.
I got you.
So Moneyball, bro.
Yeah. Moneyball. That record was produced by Tony Ozier. Come on.
Shout out to the Doodoo Funk King of Portland,
T.O.,
yo,
man,
for real.
come on.
Yeah.
An incredible human being.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna come on. If you
Yeah.
put him in a box and say producer, you weird.
Right.
Just a human being, incredible human being. And then co-produced by Braden the Young, which is actually the owner of Middleborn Music, who is my other sync licensing company that I'm a part of.
Okay.
Shout out to Braden. And I don't know, man. It's the first song I've been able to executive produce, so oversee the entire, I was moving pieces and putting stuff, you know what I mean? And like the exact vision of what I have for a song, I've been doing music for almost 20 years. Yeah. And this is the first song that I can tell you right now it's like a perfect song.
Yeah.
Like, to me, in my mind, I created my perfect song. So I was really juiced to drop it. It did really well in streaming services. And then we shot the video. We're on edit number 2. It's been taking a minute. But, perfection can't be rushed, man.
Right.
And so I just feel like we're really just trying to get it right. But it's really, the Moneyball is about, shoot your shot, no matter what it is. When I was doing things I wasn't supposed to do, I almost lost my life in certain situations. And luckily, they didn't shoot their shot. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then in moments where, I was a hooper, and I made a lot of game winners as a hooper. I'm there low key. George, you know that. George, I low key was a hooper. Look. George's like, yeah, no, he
like,
nice.
Nah,
he
nice. He ain't lying.
No, I could hoop. And so shoot your shot, man. It's a term that is very, it's synonymous, man. It can go anywhere. And so all Tony Ozier did was play this sample, go, shoot that ball. It was these little cheerleaders. Shoot that ball. Shoot that ball. Shoot it. Hey.
Yeah.
And then we just drums, and him. Then he starts spazzing.
Yep, Tony's
He took me to
ridiculous.
Houston, and I'm just like, oh, you did, the pocket.
Yeah.
And then I just lost my mind. on that record,
up,
you know?
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah.
It's got to feel, when you describe something like that, it gives people a picture of your mindset, of who you are to a certain degree.
Right.
And to be able to create that and then put it out there and then get the feedback, get the response,
Right.
has got to feel very...
So peep this. I've been on the grind for the Fetty. Life on the line at the telly. Cheddar from the deli for my relly. Push the line, Richard Petty. I ain't signed a dotted line, took my time, but I'm ready. Now they all in line for the come up. Guess it's time to shine like the sun up. Money on my mind, honey bun up. I've been doing fine. They gonna get a no-look dime if they run up. Here's the more life like a one-up. Like we was rapping.
Stupid,
bro. Like I'm saying.
Word up.
And then was the first 4 bars. T.O. said, "You better finish that." So he sent it to me immediately. But like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like I really worked at the deli.
Yeah.
I used to sell drugs at the deli.
Yeah.
So on my lunch, I would go and drop off the little drugs and then get my little money. And
right.
cheddar from the deli for my relly. Push the line, Richard Petty. You feel me? Like it was just,
crazy,
I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know.
That's so crazy. So the other thing that I appreciate about how you move, how you operate, is you share your joy, you share how you celebrate things with all of us. You know what I'm saying? When you hit a certain number of streams, you know what I'm saying? When you get the Spotify plaque, we've already talked about when Laced Up came, like you share that joy with everyone, and it sounds like that's purposeful.
Yeah, that was. Y'all don't see the meetings behind the scenes. It's like pulling teeth, because a big part of my documentation of my career is just like sometimes it's just not there enough.
Yeah.
And my management is always like, "Yo, we need to see that. Make sure you talk about that. Put that up. Go make a move. Make sure you doing this, doing that, posting this many times a day." That's difficult for me because I'm also, like you saying, I don't want to get trapped in moments. You know, it's about as a artist, I'm very artistic, so I don't want to ride waves too high and I don't want to ride waves too low. A big part of my year this year was not having a slump. I usually have a slump where I can't write or I can't get things out right and I get frustrated. So I had a no slump season, this year that was crazy. And I had one of the biggest years of my entire career. And so it was like that to me was a testament to being able to share those moments. And I realized, this is not, I don't want to share moments like, look at me. That's not what we doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to let people know that like, I still sleep like this. I still sleep like I'm in a sleeping bag, bro.
Yeah.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still sleep like this. I got big ass bed at the house.
Yeah.
Bro, I be sleeping like this, bro. And I don't know. Happiness was not really a part of my life for a good 17 years, being homeless for almost 14 of those. My mother left when I was 16. My cousin was shot when I was 8, right in front of me. He passed away right in front of me. Ruined my life. Absolutely ruined how I see death and how I see living and being here. So to find those moments and be able to share happiness with people is I don't think I knew how to do it. So now I'm glad that I get to. Yeah. And I'm glad that it's received in a way that doesn't seem, arrogant or look at me. It's not it's not about that. Yeah. And I just want them to know it's possible. I just want them to know that you can, bro. That's it. It's not deep, Yeah. It ain't just, I promise you, just keep going.
Yeah. The other thing that you seem to do is you seem to have found a way to keep your circle, you surround yourself with people who support what you just described. Man. And I would imagine that that's not necessarily easy.
It's not. What I love about you gotta have honest people around you.
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes,
I can't stand a yes man. Yeah. So when I said yes, I just heard it. Yes. I was like 14, 15 you was DJing for us like 14, 15 at the Alberta Street Fair, and I used to get off stage. Okay, 14 years old. I get off stage. My manager looking at me, First thing I say, line 2 of verse 4 on the second song, I messed up. I know I did. I should have said the. I didn't say the. I got to make sure that I wait for the drop. The first thing I'm doing is telling her what I didn't do. It's the first thing. That's that I was built on, on constructive criticism. I was literally built on that. I had a contract with family members at 12 years old, putting out music. Yeah. So it's not personal to me. And I think that if you don't do that, I genuinely don't believe that you're going to have the success that you're looking for, because it's gonna be manipulated. It's gonna be contorted for your view. It's not gonna necessarily be the honest truth. And Dave is one of the most, my drummer Dave, as people call him, he is literally one of the most honest people. Man, he'll hear something he like, yo, he'll lean in and be like, that ain't it. He just lean into the studio, hey, nope. But he's got an incredible ear, so you got to keep solid ears around you too. People that aren't afraid to tell you, but their ear is actually reliable. So a drummer ear, my DJ's ear, obviously OG's ear, people telling you like you spazzed on this. So a trustworthy crew of people to tell you that you're going in the right direction. Yeah,
that's what's up, bro. So you talked about this year thus far. I mean, and we're still just in June. I mean, we still got quite a bit of year left.
Crazy.
So what's you working on now? Like what else can we expect for 2022?
I love this part of interviews because you get to say, hey, look, man, guess what? We got some stuff going on.
Yes.
It's always cool to talk about what you have done, but I'm excited to see where we can go with sync licensing in the next year. I'm excited to. I'm gonna partner with ESPN at some point. So when we get to dig up this file and they like, man, you feel me? ESPN, when you tapping into that top 10 and they like, there you go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. Just dig this up.
Yeah.
And so more sync licensing opportunities. Retire my mama.
Come on, bro.
Retire my mom.
Right,
she's
dream,
tired.
Bro.
Retired. She's tired.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm tired.
That's what's up, bro.
And an EP. I'm gonna do an album. It's been a long time coming. I've actually finished 2 of them, and they just didn't see the light of day for other reasons. I think my sound was too linear. I think I have more of a 3D sound now. I'm able to really attach myself to production that can push me. That's been a huge battle in my career. Production is just too dry for me. So I think I found the sauce. I'm gonna do that.
So wait. Just want to touch on that. Do you think that the rooms that you've been in because of creating art, like you're saying, customizing music for others, do you think that that's had an influence on how you hear production now?
Oh, man. More than I can... man. It's funny, when people hear Turn the Lights On, the song that's for the Blazers, there are... Orlando Sanchez, he actually used it for his top 10 first. Shout out to Orlando. Shout out to O. Yeah. He turned it on. He said, I ain't really know what to think. I ain't what you was doing with this. And then when he heard it, he goes, oh, you was spazzing. This is lit.
Yeah.
And then he ends up using it. And then the entire team out of his crew says, this is the best top 10 song we ever used. And I said, bro, I told you it was going to hit. Come on, trust me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, when he sees that we do it for the Blazers, it's the sound of the record is very... it's gritty, but it's poppy, but it's hip hop. It's like this weird amalgamation of just multiple ears that are so just mastercraft level. I mean, we're talking live trumpets, bro. Yeah. Real trumpets, just, and so that's why the Blazers is like, oh, we using this because it's just different, And so I think it has had an effect, but I don't think it's different. I still there's a lot of stories that I haven't told.
Okay.
So I think production needs to pull emotion out of me, man.
Yeah.
And I think I'm finally there. When I hear certain songs or certain beat packs that I get, I'm like, oh man, I'm I got a song called Slide that actually is literally about the death of my cousin as a kid and how it affected me. It's so real that it's real in a way that it gives you chills, And so emotions like that, things that can be therapeutic for not only me but the listener.
For the listener, that's what's up, B. Well, listen, man, I'm just again, I'm honored to be in your circle. You're one of those people who I say I'm grateful that I have your number in my phone.
Man, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
If people want to tap in and just stay up on some of the things that are happening, how do people tap in with you?
Absolutely, yes. ITZMIGHTY. So It's Mighty with a Z on all platforms, man. You type that in. As we seen, you know, Klyph had ITS.
Come on, bro. Why you got to put my business
man.
out like that, bro? Come on, man. I thought,
Use it in a sentence. It's wrong.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No, ITZ, It's Mighty, you know, on all platforms, but also on Spotify. If you search Mighty and then you put a song that I'm actually going to perform tonight, Bags Over Clout, I'll pop right up. I'm the first. No other song is named that. So it's like, it's pretty dope. So you type that in and I'll pop right up. I think I have like 18,000 monthly listeners right now. We capped out at like, I think it was like 40 or 50,000 a month.
Yeah.
We have like 4 million streams. That's just, I'm pretty sure that's just Spotify and Apple. And then that doesn't count anything else. That's not Pandora. That's not none of that other stuff. So it's been a blessing. But just, man, holler at me, tap in with me. The thing is, you know, I use social media to connect. I use social media to, you know, to tap in with folks. So if you tapping in with me, bro, you gonna see scene right there at the bottom, and you're gonna see them 3 dots typing back. So tap in with me, man. You feel me? Yeah.
There it is. That's what's up, man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mighty.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things about doing Klyph Notes Live is bringing people in the room and giving people an opportunity to see artists and to hear from artists and to potentially, like you said, tap in here while we're here.
Yeah.
If there's
great platform, by the way. Thank you so much.
Come on, bro. You know,
yeah. Can we give him a round of applause one time? Man.
I also want to give people an opportunity if they have questions to ask you here.
Oh,
Is anybody who has any questions for Mighty?
Word.
I got a microphone.
Okay, come on, yeah. Appreciate you, my brother.
Absolutely. Probably don't need the mic. Y'all can hear me, but just a real quick statement to you is I like what you're doing with the sneaker thing.
Right on.
There's an idea that I had thought about a long time ago, and it's cool to see that it's into fruition.
Yeah.
But my question for you is how did you come up with the concept, and what was it like the first time you were able to get the sneakers in the hands of the kids?
Oh,
like,
man.
how did it feel for you, and how did it feel for the kids?
Right. Good question, bro. The feeling of giving the sneaker, I'll start from the last question. The feeling is indescribable, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a video that I posted that was captured unknowingly, and kid's mother had to leave the event because there's so much going on. She had epilepsy and she was having little seizures. So his mother had to leave. He looks up at me, the most genuine human being I think I've ever met in my entire life, most unforgettable moment. And he looks at me and he stops for a moment. His mom is having seizures, bro. And he looks at me and goes, oh my God, it matches my shirt. And you could see the tears in his eyes, and he goes, thank you. And he like reaches out to shake my hand, and I didn't even know what to do, bro. It was the most, I'll never forget it. That told me it didn't matter how many kids that day that got tennis shoes, man. That moment right there, I think he pulled out some LeBrons, and his mind just exploded. And I'm just like, this is incredible, man. And that told me that I needed to, I had a job to do. And so the idea was stemmed. It was a 5-year idea, but it was stemmed from I was venting about the gives that I was helping with in the community when I worked for the community. And so I was helping another nonprofit come up with ideas for events. And I was saying, somebody needs to do a sneaker event. Somebody needs to do that. And as I'm like breaking it down, it was funny. It was just like in one sentence almost. I just kind of broke down how they should probably do it. And she looked at me like, sound like you got something to do. And so it wasn't really like super deep or nothing. But then I realized, oh, this is much bigger than shoes. This is much bigger than a haircut. It's much bigger than a backpack. It's about not having first come, first serve, man. There's no God complex. Quit acting like you the reason why people get help in this community. And that is the difference. The God complex. You know, the old white man in the Maserati is not pulling up to save you, you know? And that, to me, is the most important piece. So my mama was running the art room. OG1 on the ones and twos. You feel me? My cousins and my friends over here making sure everybody got their wristbands on. And they got their T-shirts. So it's a family affair. It's a family event. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
And I love to hear that it was an idea. Seriously, man. Because that to me says that the airspace was screaming that. You know, something in the air was saying, go do this. So I would love for you to be at our event in 2023, man. So tap in with me, okay? Tap in.
What's up, man? Any other questions for Mighty? Okay.
Oh, that good old microphone.
Hi.
Hi.
You mentioned not surrounding yourself by yes people, which I agree is super important. What advice would you give to young rappers who have become the yes person and have severe people-pleasing tendencies to where they become a friend to all, and therefore they don't really know who to surround themselves with and how to utilize the real support that they're getting? Because I see that a lot.
Yeah. That's a great question. You need to hire her, man.
Right?
I don't know what you got going on.
You're going to be hearing more from Stephanie, y'all. I'm just going to let y'all know.
Welcome to the Stephanie Klyph Notes. Stephanie Notes. Sticky notes. I don't know. Sorry. Do not take that idea. That's not an idea that's in the airspace whatsoever. That's such a great question because I've actually met those rappers. I've actually had conversations with them. And the scary part is it's not about changing their mind. It's about changing their surroundings. So if you could start it from actually saying, hey, make the music you want to make, not what is approved, then you finally start to, you start the process of now becoming the answer to what you're looking for. You know, I think when you're your own yes, when you're like, oh yeah, what do you think I should be? What do you think I should be? It's all outward. There's no inward. It's all outward. So I think you need to look inward and create what's inside first. Don't worry about the approval. Don't worry about what the people think of what you're doing or you, right? Just get it out. Take what's inward and get it out. Then I think you filter that thought process, and then you become, okay, I think I'm starting to see. You'll see your surroundings change because you're creating from what's inward, not what everybody's feeding to you. Do you see what I'm saying? It naturally changes. You don't realize it. When I was young, I used to rap about all kinds of stuff. And I looked around, and nobody was hanging around. They was like, bro, you ain't got no 20-inch rims, bro. You just showed up on that Razor scooter. With the wheel that was all messed up because you hit the hill right by King's Garden right there. OG, you know what I'm talking about. But and so it's important, I think, to go inward first when you're a young artist. Go inward. And it seems very selfish, but it took me a long time to figure that out. I wasn't a yes rapper or a yes MC. I just wanted to be the best MC. So I wanted to rap. I wanted to be able to do this. Every one of you wonder who finna take over the industry, defend, let me be in the epitome of anything. I'm in this thing until every one of them wheels fall off and it disintegrate. Man, I've been a great, you emulate, I innovate, you imitate, I'm never late, you hella late. No, when I will rip any one of you till I hyperventilate, mentally I'm in a state of never coming to an end. Go ahead and hate. I want to be able to do that. Woo! But it's not always about that. It's about understanding what's true and honest to you. So, I accomplished the first part, so now it's about figuring the other part out. So shout out to the rappers in general. At least you're out there putting something out and using the universe as your platform.
That's what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, Mighty. Yeah. So last thing, let me say this once again. The Klyph Notes podcast is available everywhere you listen to your podcast. It's on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pandora, everywhere you listen to your podcast. So subscribe. I'm trying to say this more. Subscribe, like, comment, share, rate, review. Like do all of that. You know what I mean? Do all of that. You can check me out.
Say it again.
Subscribe, like, rate, review, comment, share, the whole nine. You listen. If you listen to podcasts, you know what everybody be saying. I'm just trying to say it more, man.
I just wanted to see if he was gonna do it.
Come on. Like Mighty said, man, it's Mighty. ITZ.
Thank you.
MIGHTY.
Yeah.
DJ Klyph on all social media platforms. DJKlyph.com. DJOG1.com. DJOG1 on all media platforms. Just a reminder, July the 3rd, we're going to be doing mic check at the White Eagle Saloon. So tap in, pull up. It's going to be a great night. Once again, shout out to the people who have supported what we've been doing. The Numberz FM 96.7 FM Portland, XRAY FM 107.1, 91.1 FM, and of course, DJ Renz, Acapella Apparel, for everything that y'all do, man. More stuff coming, more stuff to be announced. Welcome to the Neighborhood every Saturday night, The Rhythm every weekday. All right, so on those platforms, specifically, like whenever I have a platform, when I invite people to be a part of it, it's a gift. I want to give.
Yeah.
You know, that's a part of what I do. But I also ask, so when people come on these platforms,
Okay.
in a capacity,
Okay.
I invite them
Okay.
to show and prove.
Yeah.
So you an MC.
Okay.
I am giving you the opportunity, sir,
Yeah.
to MC. Can we get Mighty to rap? Is that
Come
okay?
on.
Is that okay?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's it. That's all. I'm getting off the stage now. Hold on, bro.
You gonna be my hype man? He said right.
Just going to move
Yeah.
myself.
He's like, I got this money ball. I'm getting the hell up out of here. And he said, right. OG, what's up, OG? What up, man? Yo, I appreciate y'all coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun talking to Klyph, man. Klyph has this weird way. Make some noise for Klyph one time before I get into it. He has a weird, like, calming nature about him, man. Like
DJ OG1.
It's like
in the mix.
Then there's OG just like lit. Usually my leg be shaking. I be fiddling with stuff, and I was just sitting there like I was at a therapy session. It was great. It was wonderful. I'll see you next week, Klyph. I'll see you next week. Yeah, same time, Klyph. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna do bags over cloud. We're gonna have some fun. Let's just get to it. Yeah. Turn me up in a monitor. Yeah.